Hey there, it's been a while. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll be grateful to you.
Daphne meets Ridge. Lee accuses Poppy. With the Forrester estate, Steffi told Eric and Ridge that her meeting with Forrester went just as she hoped. Eric requested details about who was in the room and what was said. Steffi promised them she was going to get the firm back. Ridge witnessed Steffi telling Stephanie's photo that she wouldn't let her down. Ridge questioned what her strategy was, but there was a knock on the door. Steffi brought Daphne in and presented her to her dad. Steffi claimed Daphne Rose was the most respected nose in Paris, and she was also a very good friend of hers. Daphne purred as she sniffed Ridge's collar and told him she recognized the scent. It was classic, strong and sensual, she remarked, and Ridge drank up the accolades. Steffi revealed Daphne was designing a fragrance for Forrester. Ridge questioned why she'd work with them if she understood what happened with the takeover. Not only is she the most respected nose in Paris, she's beautiful and confident. A woman that no guy can resist, Steffi told him. Not even Carter Walton, Daphne added. Ridge's face brightened up as he grasped what they meant. Steffi stated fragrance isn't the only thing Daphne specializes in. She had quite a way with men. I'm a romantic, Daphne added. Ridge told them he didn't need the information. Steffi smiled that she thought it would be interesting to see how powerful Hope and Carter were with Daphne in the mix. Hope told Carter that Steffi played a significant part in the negative environment they were seeking to improve. She wasn't sure if Steffi wanted what was best for the firm or for herself. Hope told Carter she wasn't attempting to question his judgment and trusted him to have control over the issue. She only wanted him to proceed with care. Carter reminded Hope that Steffi answered to them now. Hope and Carter explained how astonished the Forresters were when they found out about the takeover. Carter felt Steffi could have cooled off, but Hope knew Steffi never gave up a battle. Carter claimed they were in control, and if Steffi got out of line, she would be out. He thought even just having a Forrester on board for the show was good for them. Carter admitted he didn't want Steffi to be an adversary. He truly wanted Ridge and Eric to come back too. Carter suggested if Steffi could get on board with his new path, the company would be stronger. Hope was still apprehensive and didn't want to get caught off guard by Steffi's machinations. Carter informed Hope that he loved her and she had nothing to worry about from Steffi. Carter and Hope declared their love, and Carter said that was what would keep them strong. Will told Bill that he wanted Bill's aid cleansing the internet with Elektra's deepfakes. Bill informed him he had staff that could help and then encouraged him to go. Will wondered what was up. Bill attempted to seem casual, but he was on edge. He cooked up a narrative to tell Will about a business deal he was worried about. Will informed Bill he knew he didn't get irritated over business. He wondered if it was their prior chat that spooked him and if Bill was upset about Luna. Bill insisted he was all right, but Will knew something was up, and not going to the office was a dead giveaway. He told his dad he'd keep checking in on him, that he loved him. He was still convinced Bill was furious about Luna, even though he denied it. As for Luna, I know it's not what you wanted. But after everything she did and everything that happened, I'm truly glad she's not my sister, Will told him before leaving. Once Bill was alone, Luna hurried in. She commented that Will was glad she wasn't part of the family. I wonder what he'd think if he knew what you're doing for me, Luna added. Luna warned Bill that Will could see through Bill. She noted Will understood how hurt Bill was, finding out she wasn't his daughter. Bill said it would be best for Luna not to talk about the past. We all know your father is Tom Starr, he continued. Lee phoned Poppy to come to her office immediately. She claimed she'd find out why when she got there. Don't make me wait, Lee hissed. When Poppy came in, she wanted to know what Lee called her in for. It's about Tom Starr, Lee told her. Lee showed Poppy Tom's liver. Poppy was grossed out and wanted to know why she had it. Lee claimed she needed to solve a question that had troubled her for years. Poppy argued Tom was a washed-up junkie, but Lee reminded her that Luna killed him because she wanted to be Bill's daughter. Lee accused Poppy of wanting Bill to be Luna's dad as well. Lee recounted how Luna faked the paternity tests. You must have been so surprised when the results came back. You must have realized something wasn't right. You knew Bill wasn't her father, Lee scolded. Poppy insisted she did not know. Did you allow yourself to dream, Penelope? Lee asked. She questioned if she was relieved and allowed Bill believe the untruth. Poppy claimed none of that mattered after all that transpired. My daughter may be in prison for the rest of her life, and you're calling me in here to rub my nose in it? Poppy snapped. She added that Lee's child grew up to be a doctor, and hers was a killer. I get it, okay? You win. You were right about me all along. I am a lousy mother. What more do you want from me? Poppy asked. Lee told Poppy she needed something that Poppy could never offer her, the truth. No, you want your truth, Poppy shouted. She added that Lee always judged her and acted like she was better than her. Poppy accused Lee of never supporting her or Luna and just disliking her instead. She wanted to know why she had always been so nasty to her, and why she had Tom's liver. I don't just have his liver, I have a blood sample too, Lee said. She showed Poppy her daughter's blood vial. Lee confessed she ran a paternity test. You wouldn't let any of us know who knocked you up all those years ago, Lee hissed. Poppy insisted Luna's father was Tom Starr, but Lee said he wasn't. I think we both know who Luna's father really is, don't we, Penelope? Lee glared. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, Taylor's showdown, Daphne's first move. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers are here. In tomorrow's episode, fans can anticipate Brooke Logan to face off with Taylor Hayes. Plus, spectators could also witness what Daphne Rose plans to do first to put the plan in motion.
Brooke Logan's Broken Heart B&B spoilers say that Brooke is sad over losing Ridge Forrester. Brooke didn't simply lose Ridge as a sexual partner, but as a friend too. Ridge thinks Brooke a betrayer and a traitor. After storming out the house, Ridge abandoned Brooke and went straight to Taylor. Even though Brooke should strive to get over Ridge, she just can't. Brooke can't quit worrying over Ridge and will once again head to the Forrester estate. B&B spoilers, Taylor Hayes face-off. Brooke ends up having another fight with Taylor. Brooke felt enthusiastic about Steffi Forrester Finnegan's return to Forrester Creations. Maybe Brooke thinks that the others will likewise have softened hearts. Brooke is mistaken about that, though. Expect Brooke and Taylor to have another furious argument. Steffi Forrester Finnegan's confidence, the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers state that Steffi thinks her strategy is foolproof. Steffi thinks that the secret to getting her company back is to break up a loving relationship at the office. Steffi also thinks that no man can resist Daphne, something she is depending on. Now that Steffi has been permitted to come back, she will likely have Daphne make her first move. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Daphne won't just be luring Carter Walton. Steffi also urged Daphne to break up Carter and Hope Logan. Steffi is certain that Hope is the reason for the takeover in the first place. While Hope is going along for the journey, it was originally Carter's idea. So what happens if Carter doesn't reverse the LLC arrangement even after parting with Hope? Another hypothesis is that Carter is somehow impervious to Daphne's irresistibility. If Carter doesn't cave into Daphne's seduction, then what happens next? Which narrative are you looking forward to seeing the most? What are your predictions for Daphne, Carter, Hope, and Steffi? What does the future hold for Brooke, Taylor, Ridge, and the other characters? B&B spoilers. Hope and Carter's reputation on the line as Daphne's perfume unveils an evil secret. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers and updates suggest Steffi Forrester Finnegan has brought Daphne Rose on board. Steffi firmly believes that Daphne possesses the abilities needed to help restore Forrester Creations for its actual owners. However, there's a disturbing clue about the fragrance Daphne wears that raises some suspicions. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Something suspicious is happening. The Forrester family is still reeling with the shock of Carter Walton and Hope Logan's duplicity. With Justin Barber unavailable to assist, Steffi hatched a bold strategy. During the week of January 6, 2025, Daphne made her appearance, coming into Forrester Creations with a fierce demand for a new perfume line. She sent a severe warning to Fanny Grayson, suggesting that if she didn't move aside, Fanny would lose her chances in Paris forever. Surprisingly, Fanny took this in stride, eagerly proposing that Carter and Hope should seriously explore Daphne's suggestion. B&B Spoilers, a truly hypnotic fragrance. Fanny referred to Daphne as a goddess, and it felt as though she and everyone around were entranced by her presence. The latest spoilers from The Bold and the Beautiful show that when Daphne entered Forrester Creations, Hope and Carter immediately inquired about any samples she might have. In answer, Daphne gracefully removed her scarf and playfully waved it in front of them. Hope and Carter closed their eyes, inhaling deeply the seductive smell that wafted from the scarf. They were absolutely enthralled, their eyes gleaming with astonishment, all because of a beautiful aroma. Meanwhile, Steffi could sense Daphne's presence even before she saw or heard her approach. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, something about that scarf. Daphne's scarf was what made Steffi notice someone else was in her home. Steffi found herself attracted by the aroma of Daphne's scarf. It could just be a nice fragrance, but there appears to be more to it. Daphne's perfume has a profound effect, almost like a drug. The way others gaze at her with dreamy eyes demonstrates how much they admire her. Various scents can activate specific sentiments in our brains, owing to essential oils. Sometimes, a mix of fragrances can lead to unexpected reactions, so perhaps Daphne's perfume works in a similar way. Many would experience delight and admiration from her aroma. But what if it generates negative reactions when others smell it? Could Hope and Carter's reputation suffer if enough people react adversely to the perfume? This might also explain how Daphne can easily win over even her hardest adversaries, like Fanny Grayson. Here's why Steffi's plan will backfire on Bold and the Beautiful. Steffi looks convinced that her strategy could work, but there's a danger it may backfire. Steffi planned a cunning plot to get Forrester Creations back on the Bold and the Beautiful. The former CEO is convinced it will succeed, but there's also the danger it may backfire. Behind Steffi's plan, understandably, Steffi wants her family's firm back. So much so that she's eager to work alongside her arch-nemeses, Carter and Hope. Steffi essentially had to beg them to become president of the company. Although Hope wasn't sold on the concept, Carter eventually went along with it. Does this suggest the cracks are beginning to develop in their relationship? Steffi has something else up her sleeve. She dragged in her best friend, Daphne Rose, to design a winning fragrance for Forrester. This is a fantastic approach for the organization to rebound. Steffi wants to help keep the company solvent throughout her tenure there, and she'll steal it from Hope and Carter when they're not looking. She also discovered a way to involve Daphne and her lethal scent in her scheme. Why it could backfire? Not only does Daphne have the best nose in the business, but she's also gorgeous and confident. She's the type of woman that no man can turn down, not even Carter himself. But this might backfire. Carter is so in love with Hope that he might not even turn his head. He might just consider Daphne a colleague. During her talk with Steffi and Ridge, she confessed that she disagreed with the upper management. She was terribly remorseful for the company instability. However, it's plausible that she may win control of the corporation herself. Daphne might have a plan to grab the firm away from the Forresters and make it a profitable fragrance company. There's no guessing what's on Daphne's mind, especially because she's such a mystery woman. Carter on the Bold and the Beautiful. Everything you need to know. Carter Walton on the Bold and the Beautiful has presided over plenty of weddings, but the attractive attorney still hasn't tied the knot himself. The character initially featured on the serial back in 2013, and Lawrence A. Victor has been playing him both on contract and on a recurring basis since then. Here's everything you need to know about the guy. Carter arrived to Los Angeles to visit his adopted brother, Marcus Walton, who introduced him to his wife, Daisy Lee. When Carter discovered some paperwork, Daisy claimed she'd helped Maya Avant give up her baby for adoption years ago, and now she wanted the child back. Carter helped Marcus and Daisy locate the baby's adoptive family, only to find they'd all died in a car tragedy. Carter then landed a job working at Forrester Creations, working as a patent attorney. Carter began seeing Maya, not aware that she had previously gone out with Rick Forrester, until she found out he'd been lying to hide up his true identity. But the affections were still there, and Caroline Spencer persuaded Carter to pursue Maya to keep her away from Rick. He also presided over his first wedding, one of Liam and Steffi's repeated walks down the aisle. Caroline schemed to get Carter and Maya together as the stars of a web series called Roommate, and scenes of them making out on camera effectively made Rick envious. When Rick was a no-show at the Room 8 premiere, Carter slept on Maya's couch, but Rick got the wrong idea and slept with Caroline. After Maya officially dumped Rick, Carter presented her with a new screenplay that was his adorable way of proposing. However, while they were engaged, Maya was in no hurry to walk down the aisle. However, Rick and Caroline did marry the knot, and Carter officiated at the ceremony. After finding Maya had seduced Rick in the steam room, Carter broke off the engagement, but subsequently offered Maya counsel as she battled to reconcile things with Rick and found that she was a transsexual woman. He also backed Maya when her story went public and persuaded her to reconcile with Rick. In addition to presiding over several weddings, Carter also handled legal work for the Forresters, defended Sally Spectra when she was arrested for grand theft and industrial espionage, arranged for Steffi to adopt a baby that turned out to be Liam and Hope's, and more. Carter let Maya know that he still had feelings for her and would be there for her if things didn't work out with Rick. More recently, he has grown close to Zoe Buckingham, and while he didn't approve of her hasty engagement with Thomas Forrester, decided to preside over their wedding as well. And when the ceremony imploded as Thomas's true motives, using Zoe to make Hope envious, were revealed, Carter offered Zoe his support as she got back on her feet. Naturally, sparks began to fly between the couple as chats grew flirtatious. However, when Zend Forrester returned to Los Angeles from Paris after his marriage to Nicole fell apart, it seemed as though Carter would have some competition for Zoe's heart. But Carter wasted no time in professing his affections, requesting Zoe to move in with him, and very shortly after popping the question, she accepted, but ended up throwing herself at Zend, which led an angry Carter to call the whole event off. Zoe urgently tried to apologize, and when Carter still wouldn't forgive her, she asked Quinn Fuller to assist convince him to give her another chance. However, when Quinn made appeals on Zoe's behalf, she also opened up to Carter about her own marital issues with Eric Forrester. And though she swore she wanted to mend her marriage, Quinn appeared mighty playful every time she caught Carter in a state of undress. And while they continued discussing about their relationship troubles, the duo eventually went into bed together. They pledged it wouldn't happen again, but it simply kept occurring. Having declared the affair a mistake and confirming that it was done, Carter recommitted himself to Zoe by proposing again, and she enthusiastically accepted. But he and Quinn fought to resist each other, and their secrets started spilling out. Shauna Fulton attempted to claim that she'd been the woman Carter was with when Zoe nearly walked in on them. But Paris Buckingham uncovered the truth and wanted to warn her sister. Ultimately, they convinced her to keep silent, but when Brooke overheard the truth, she interrupted Quinn and Eric's vow renewal to force them to confess. Quinn refused, but Carter came up and stated that Quinn had been the one he'd slept with, not Shauna. He subsequently prepared to quit from his job at Forrester, but Eric, though enraged at the treachery, permitted Carter to remain, as long as he never had anything to do with Quinn again. However, that was easier said than done, and Carter and Quinn continued to sneak around, eventually expressing their love for each other. But when Eric tore up divorce papers and wanted Quinn back, Carter was distraught. However, he was later astonished when Eric stated he was unable to satisfy his wife sexually and recommended that Carter be the one to do it. Steffi tries to fake nice with Hope. Can Steffi bite her tongue? Scenes from Los Angeles. Steffi is finally back to work, but tensions are building between her and Hope. Could it be that Hope isn't falling for Steffi's game? Steffi may have fooled Carter, but Hope knows better. She does not trust Steffi, and their hostility is heating up once more. Meanwhile, Ridge and Taylor are all lovey-dovey in the Forrester home. Every day, they are coming closer and closer, and Taylor is practically thrilled. Is this actually their second chance? Taylor better hope this isn't just one of Ridge's numerous romantic interludes away from Brooke. Taylor may be falling over heels in love, but Ridge will forever have a divided heart.
Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.